All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the first streaming for season one of The Big Break. I'm Andy Wallace. I am the founder and the producer for The Big Break, and with me is Sabrina and Delaney. Hello, both.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Sabrina and Delaney are some stars on our social media team, and together we are going to be introducing to you The Big Break. So, what is The Big Break? Well, maybe this will explain.
We've seen it all in the world of TV talent show competitions. You got your shows for singers, for dancers, for celebrities who believe that they are capable of dancing, comedians, and shows with such a wide range of different talents, even puppeteers can become superstars. We are not here to focus on any of them. We want something new, something different. But you're probably wondering, what's left? The playwrights and the actors. The Big Break is a theatrical competition show. We've seen everything else. Now it's time for the talented actors and brilliant playwrights to get their own time and to get their big break. We are working with Hollywood professionals to put on 8 original 10-minute plays written and acted by all of you, the undiscovered talent. So if you think you've got what it takes to write the next amazing show or act in it, give us a like, a follow, and break a leg.
So now you've seen now you have an idea as to what The Big Break is. Let me tell you what it means to us and what The Big Break is to us. So for me, The Big Break, as I saw it, was a recognition that there's just a ton of talent out there that deserves a shot. There's a ton of people out there that deserve a chance to be seen, to be known. And we want to provide that for them. We really want to give them, their big break, so to speak. Look, there's going to be people we know that are, making coffee, serving tables, and working desk jobs for years of their life that have so much talent that they actually do deserve a shot. And The Big Break really is our chance to create a venue and a platform for that. We believe that, especially in the age of COVID, we want to provide a means for theater to really thrive. And, look, there's a lot of shows out there. There's a lot of shows like American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent, that, let's face it, none of those are for actors. None of those are really for writers either. They're like the forgotten ones. Like they're the ones who tell us, who tell us our greatest stories. They're the ones who write our greatest stories, and yet, there's not a venue for them. That seems strange, and we want to resolve that problem. We really want to create a venue that they deserve. But, Delaney, I know that I know that you had a real passion for theater, and you really had a passion for, creating stories. And we've known that ever since I saw, some of the work you did during your time at a performing arts school. But what does The Big Break really mean to you? Why are you so passionate about it?
The Big Break is such a unique opportunity because it is so incredibly difficult to break out in the arts as a writer or an actor, especially right now. And the digital theater is such a new and fascinating media right now in the time of the pandemic. And not only is it something new in that sense, it's giving a voice and a platform to two parts of the art community that don't really get a chance to shine, really, because you don't have other shows for it. And the fact that this show is here to put a spotlight on such incredible young talent that it has a chance to finally get discovered and give themselves the spotlight is fascinating. Because in the arts industry, if you aren't friends or related to somebody who is already a big name or a producer, it's such a long shot. It's just a constant uphill climb, and this is such a phenomenal boost to just be like, hey, right out of the gate, here you go. Because I'm just starting college. In fact, as of now, in just a few days, I'm starting college as a major to be a playwright, and this is such an incredible step for me. Even as just helping with the social media, the fact that I get to help bring this project out to the world and help focus the light on so many young creative people and just help a section of the arts I love it so much, and I'm so blessed to be here.
It's really just primarily because of people like Delaney, people like Sabrina, that a project like this is even possible. We're a small team. We're not a huge production company. So one of the things you're going to hear me mention a couple times is really to check out our social media, to really follow what we're doing. We're going to have a lot of amazing material we're going to be putting out throughout this process. We are going to be putting out all kinds of compilation videos and commentaries on the auditions that we get and the behind the scenes activities that are going on each and every week. Let me talk a little bit. Why don't we talk a little bit about how you're getting on the show? Because what we're going to be doing, I should be very specific for you so everyone understands what the show is. We are going to be, for the next 10 weeks, going to be accepting auditions and every week choosing 2 actors to join our team. And when we have a group of 24 actors and 8 writers, they're going to be paired up with a team of Screen Actor Guild professionals, very well-known people who are going to direct them. We're going to guide them through the theatrical process and allow us to put on an amazing play festival comprised of 8, 10 to 15-minute plays that are going to showcase the talent of these actors and writers and really allow them to shine so that they have the chance to work alongside somebody who has been established in the industry, so that just maybe they can have that door open for them. Hopefully, not only will the world be able to chance to see their talent, but it may honestly be their big break. But with that in mind, how do you audition? Well, take a look here.
Let's talk submissions, and let me explain how you can audition to be an actor in The Big Break. Starting on August 20th at noon, we are opening up our first week of auditions. Every week, we're going to have a new round, and our team will announce what type of monologue we want from you. They're going to be different every week. Sometimes we're going to ask for a comedy, sometimes we'll ask for drama, and sometimes we may even ask for classic Shakespeare. In order for your audition to be counted, you have to go to our website, thebigbreak.tv, and sign up and post your video onto Instagram with the hashtag #BigBreakAudition. Then our followers can vote on that week's winners. Once the auditions close for that week, we will announce who our top 20 are. So, if you think you've got what it takes to be an actor in The Big Break, get ready to laugh, cry, or even throw on ye olde English accent, and as always, break a leg.
So that gets into it. That gets into it pretty well. Let me spell it out really clearly so everyone understands kind of how we're going to go through this process. So first off, a couple qualifiers. In order to be a qualified audition, you do need to follow us on both Instagram and on YouTube. And there's a reason for that. We actually are going to be having a voting process that I'll explain in a moment. In addition to that, you need to go to our website, thebigbreak.tv, and from there you're gonna sign up. Once you've signed up on our website and you're following us on those 2 social media platforms, you'll be officially qualified to send an audition up. Every single week, the category is going to change. On week 1, because this is the first time we're announcing this, on week 1, the official category we're looking for is a dramatic reading. This is going to be a monologue. It's going to be without props. There's all kinds of qualifiers, and it's going to be 45 to 60 seconds long. Well, on our website and our social media will be all the details of how you actually submit that, but it's going to be done on Instagram. Please pay attention to the parameters as they do need to be very specific in order to make this an even playing field for everybody. All right. Once those are up, we will allow you to submit those auditions from 12:01 p.m. on Thursday. That would be tomorrow, 12:01 p.m. You may submit your audition. We will accept them all the way up until Monday at 12:01 p.m. After that, we will stop accepting any submissions, and we're going to continue to go through everything that's been sent to us. And on Wednesday, we will be announcing a top 20. That top 20 will be announced on our social media, and 2 actors will be selected, one of which will be handpicked by a Screen Actors Guild professional. The other one will be a public voting. The manner in which you can vote for your favorite and support that person, we're going to announce on our social media and explain the steps to do that. So please watch us there. Your vote matters, and you may be the one that actually decides who's going to get their break. Now, from there on Thursday, not tomorrow, but every Thursday after that, starting on the 27th, we are going to be live streaming every single week to announce the winners, introduce them to you on our live stream. And we're going to go over everything that happened that week. We'll be announcing a category for the following week, giving some honorable mentions and shout outs to the people who auditioned. And really, it would be a cool little show for you to tune into to see what's going on with The Big Break. So come check us out every Thursday and watch us on social media. Now, when you talk about auditions, though, obviously it's a daunting process. Especially with, as Delaney said, with online theater, it's not that common of a thing. So in trying to create a show like this and trying to create for people the opportunity to really get their break, some people may audition week 1, week 2, week 3, and not even make the top 20. We are expecting thousands of auditions. So the question is, what happens to the person who missed out on week 1? We're going to be accepting auditions, a new audition from each person each week. But Sabrina, we were talking about this the other day, is that, when theater people put themselves out there and go through a casting call and all that, it's a difficult experience to really put your heart out into a part and really face, possible rejection, because it is really difficult to break into theater. But let's say a person does that with us. They go online, they post an audition, and week 1, 2, 3, 4, they don't make the top 20 and they're feeling really discouraged. What would you say to that person?
Keep auditioning. It could only help you to keep auditioning and get the experience that the Big Break offers through their audition process. Normally, through video submissions, you have to go through hoops and person after person after person to get to a producer or caster's desk. With this, we're looking through every single audition and making sure that everyone gets the chance to have their big break. And if you've been in theater for a while, you just kind of know that every time you try out a new monologue, every time you try to audition with a new thing, you learn something about the process, and it helps you grow as an actor, which is really what we're all about at the Big Break, is growing and crafting your skills.
It's really well said. Realistically, the people who are going to succeed are the people who put themselves out there and try. If you're not willing to audition, if you're not willing to give it a shot, then you're eliminating yourself. And really what we're looking for is just for people to take that shot, take that risk, and audition, to put themselves out there, because you never know. There's so many talented people out there. Like for the writers, that there's some high school kid like in Idaho who has incredible stories to tell, and are all taped up in his little notebook that he never lets anybody see. But if we could actually see those stories, they'd blow our mind. For myself, honestly, I was blown away. I was blown away by the quality of high school theater. I was taken. I've gone and seen professional theater. I've seen the classic shows like Chorus Line and Sweeney Todd Live, and it was amazing. And then I went years later. I go to a high school theater, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't exactly set the bar very high, and I was really mistaken. I really should have, because I was blown away. The stories that were told, the content that was there, it was absolutely incredible and totally on par with everything I saw from professional theater. And why? Is because there was talent there. You should never underestimate the talent of youth and the undiscovered. It's there. And for the Big Break, really, as much as, one of the experiences I've had with the Big Break so far is, as people have told me, this is in essence what theater really becomes, and that's kind of a family atmosphere. This has been we're all wearing a lot of new hats in this. None of us we're not professional producers and all that. As you can see, this is our first stream, and it's a bit raw, but what we've become through this and how we've seen each other grow is really meaningful. Delaney, you were actually commenting on that. You were actually kind of comparing your experience in theater and kind of what's going on here. Why don't you talk about that?
Okay, well, I remember when I first got contacted about joining this project and joining this job, and I just remember one of the first things I did was it's so, everyone's so close, it doesn't feel like a job. It just feels like I'm hanging out with people who all have the same passions, it's so much fun to be a part of this project. I remember sitting there and making a slideshow about the sides of TikTok to help with advertising. I'll joke around and be like, I work in advertising. But it's it doesn't feel like I'm working in that. It's just, I'm here and I'm hanging out with these amazing people and these incredible artists, and it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like I'm like going in and like, oh, I'm clocking and I gotta go to meeting. It's like, no, I'm excited for meetings because it's such like an amazing little found family of just extremely passionate artists, and it's just, even like now I'm just excited. Like today I was just like, oh my gosh, we're to live today, and we're just going back and forth, and just everything is so exciting and fun with this group because it's just everyone loves the same thing so much, and it creates such a really fun, positive like vibe. I keep saying fun so much, but that's because it is. I love it here, and the Big Break is something that we want to bring that to you too. Just that sense of inclusivity. Is that a word? You would, inclusivity, is that the word? You would never believe that I'm a writer here. She's, wow, major in writing, and she doesn't know words. But like, just because like we want to bring that to you, just like that positivity and like just the passion, and we want to see your passion, and just I love this group so much. Okay, I'll stop rambling now.
Oh man, it's, and that's really it. If you've known anybody who's taken on a real a project for passion, you know that there's no end to the work. But it doesn't feel like work. It's you're putting your heart into something because you want to create something, and I think the passion that Delaney and Sabrina have for this is really easy to see. For myself, one thing I've told everybody who has potentially been involved with it is that a project like this, a business like this, is my philosophy is it really should absolutely benefit everybody involved, and that's what we believe at the Big Break. Even if you audition and don't make those 24 actors, then what you've done is you put yourself out there and you've grown, and you're better for it because of that. We're better for it because of that. When you try to tell a story, when you put your talent out there for people to see, the thing is you never know who's going to be touched by that. Let's say there's somebody out there who is going through and they see your audition on one of the compilations we put out, and the part you play, the emotion you portray, it reaches them and touches them in a way that none of the rest of ours does. We impact a lot of people's lives by the work we do. Theater has especially that power because we can share really the impact, the emotion of a moment that we're not experiencing ourselves. And all of us have had that moment in theater when we see it and we see our own lives reflected in the story being told. And there's so much value in that. And I think COVID and I think what's going on has stolen far too much of it. And we aim to change that. I'll tell you what, we're gonna finish up our stream here shortly, but I want to touch one more time. I want to touch one more thing, and that's really just our request for support. As I said, we're not at like some big production company. I'm the person who believed first when this project came about. Before I asked anyone else to believe in us, I did so myself. And as pretty much the nearly only and principal investor, I threw $10,000 of my own money into this project because I believed in people like Renee, Delaney, Sabrina. I believed in our team and really what we could create for people. But to be honest, now I got to ask for support. We're going to be making an announcement on social media very shortly, and we're going to be putting a Kickstarter live. And really, I want to point out that honestly, every little bit of support, helps. But that being said, there's going to be some really cool stuff that we're going to put together for our supporters on Kickstarter. We really would love for you to check it out and take part in that, because your support essentially is going to give somebody their break. Your support when somebody pledges something, that could be another person that has a chance to break into an industry that they may not have otherwise. So the impact that's going to have is really profound. Maybe you're not the one producing the show, but your support makes you the person that made that possible. So please, consider supporting us on Kickstarter. Please check us out on our social media. We'll be doing a bunch of announcements there. I guess, Sabrina, for kind of closing remarks here, let me just ask you, you've heard Delaney talk about kind of the real passion for the project. And, as I've expressed, I really had a passion for theater kind of grow in me, but I know that's I know your passion for theater has been there for quite a while. And, to all the people, to all the young people out there who may, think they want to go into theater, they're not sure, maybe you can talk for just a second about, why are you so passionate about theater, and what is it, what does theater really mean to you?
My favorite thing about theater in the world is how you can influence somebody with your work. Like you said, if somebody comes across your audition and you make them smile, just from a joke that you tell in your audition, that can mean everything. Especially in such a time like this where we're hit with bad news after bad news after bad news, it's amazing to be able to have at least one smile a day, and be able to have an inspiration like the big break and have motivation to put yourself out there and to try to make something of yourself and your talent, because that's really what we're all about, and just making sure that everybody can utilize their talent and their craft and be the amazing people that they are.
Yeah, it's really true. You know, once you've had an opportunity, and anyone out there who's done this, once you've had the opportunity to impact somebody else, to make someone else's day better, you know, it really is a phenomenal thing. And it may sound a bit sappy, but I think all the theater folk out there really get it. I think you guys really understand that when you are on stage and you come out for a curtain call especially, and you can see the looks on their faces, you can see the impact that you've had, you've made a difference. You know, you've made a difference that maybe nobody else could. It took your story, it took your acting, it took that moment to do that. And that's worth something, you know, and we want to make sure you have that shot. So I guess that's really it. So from all of us at the Big Break, you know, welcome to season 1. We can't wait starting tomorrow to see all those fabulous auditions. Please check us out, especially on Instagram, on YouTube. We'll be putting out a ton of information. We're going to be making all of our announcements there, and we're just really excited to you know, to see all the talent that's gonna form a really a life-changing show for a lot of people. So thanks for checking us out, guys. We're gonna see you live in a little over a week. All right, and I guess as we've been telling each other, break a leg.